You mother coming into my store selling a that's not real. Give me my money back or go to jail.
In the ruthless world of hardcore pawn brokering, the stars fell victim to numerous mind-boggling scams that shook the business to its core. Brace yourself for the jaw-dropping story of deception, greed, and a shocking twist that left everyone speechless. This is how the Hardcore Pawn Company got ruthlessly scammed in a tale you won't believe until you see it. In this explosive episode of Hardcore Pawn, tensions rise when one of the shop's owners, Les, and a music teacher who walks in with a story about a pawned guitar get into a heated fight. The music teacher begins his story by detailing how the guitar in issue was pawned by one of his students' parents. He claims he leased the guitar to the student but had no idea the parents had pawned it without his knowledge. The teacher pleads his case, requesting Les's assistance in reclaiming the instrument with a sense of exasperation and desperation. Les, on the other hand, remains cautious and unimpressed by the teacher's explanation.
How do I know that that's your guitar?
Because I told you it's my guitar. Why can't you just go give it to me now?
He calls into question the situation's legitimacy, casting doubt on the teacher's statements. Les, known for his skepticism, sees through what he thinks to be a dubious narrative. Emotions are running high as the dispute heats up. The music teacher becomes increasingly irritated and determined to reclaim his guitar, certain that Les is ignoring his plea. The heated discussion intensifies, creating a tense environment in the business. In a fit of anger and defiance, the music teacher is finally let out of the shop while shouting that he is the next Rick James. The scenario becomes chaotic as the teacher's irritation builds, sparking his outburst and a bold revelation about his artistic aspirations.
I'm the next damn Rick James, bitch! No, you're not.
In this exciting Hardcore Pawn episode, the scenario becomes problematic when Rich, one of the staff, becomes suspicious of a customer's conduct. The episode revolves around a customer who offers a brand new set of microphones for sale, along with a story about how they obtained them. However, Rich is concerned by the customer's account of how they allegedly obtained the mics. The buyer claims that the mics were distributed at random to an audience, a rather uncommon arrangement that immediately raises Rich's suspicions.
So they threw these things out into the crowd and you just happened to catch one?
Rich decides to research deeper based on his feeling. His suspicions are confirmed as he delves deeper. A local club owner steps forward claiming that the mics are his and were stolen from a show the night before. This confirmation from the club owner reveals the customer's story is fiction. The situation worsens when the truth is revealed and the police are called to the scene. It's clear that the adolescent wanted to earn a quick buck by selling stolen stuff. The customer's realization of their goals emphasizes the gravity of their acts and the potential legal consequences they now face. Les finds himself in a difficult predicament involving a good buddy and a costly Breitling watch in this episode of Hardcore Pawn. The friend walks into the shop with a great desire to buy the watch, and after some bargaining, they agree on a price of $42,000. However, there's a catch. The customer does not have cash on hand at the moment of the transaction. Instead, the customer offers Les an IOU for $42,500, which is due the next day. Les agrees to the arrangement since he believes his friend.
$42,500 tomorrow?
I will have the payment for you by tomorrow.
Gary, you got a deal.
Les is surprised when he receives a delivery of 130 cases loaded with watch bands from the customer instead of a cash payment. Les is caught off guard by this unexpected form of payment because the value of the watch bands falls short of what he expected. Les starts selling the watch bands for $2 each, trying to recuperate some of the losses from the transaction. In this dramatic episode of Hardcore Pawn, fans are shocked to learn a sad truth about the shop. It turns out some of the workers have been stealing from the business. One of the worst offenders was a former cashier named Christina. She kept the extra money for herself. The shop lost more than $1,000 because of this dishonesty.
I don't know anybody that's stealing today.
You're sure? But you've already admitted that you stole more than $1,000, correct?
When the truth is finally found out, Les, Seth, and Ashley, who own the shop, quickly confront Christina. They talk about the situation directly, revealing Christina's scam and holding her responsible for what she did. With so much proof against her, Christina has no way to defend herself. As soon as Christina realizes how bad what she did was, the cops come and take her into custody.
Once that door opens, it's over. I want to help you, Christina.
She is taken away in handcuffs, which shows that she will have to face results for her bad behavior. Seeing one of their own workers get caught is a stark reminder to everyone on the team of how important honesty, integrity, and trust are in the company. In this interesting episode of Hardcore Pawn, the audience sees how pawnbrokers often meet customers with different stories, some of which seem more likely than others. One case involves a mother who just got divorced and is now jobless. She goes to a pawn shop and says she's in bad shape and has another child on the way. One of the shop's owners, Ashley, is almost persuaded by the woman's sad story to sell her a $20 rocking horse for just $5. To show how much she cares, Ashley even offers the woman a job at the shop. She wants to help her out during her hard times. Ashley thinks of it as a nice thing to do because she thinks that giving the woman a job will make a big difference in her life.
You give me 5. My gift to you is the remaining 15.
That'll be great.
Ashley agrees to the woman's offer because she wants to be kind. She takes the $5 and thinks of the other $15 as a gift to the woman. The scene is full of kindness and giving, and it seems that Ashley's heart has been moved by the woman's story. But just as the woman's about to leave the store with the moving horse, something surprising happens. It turns out that the woman is really trying to trick the shop. When the truth comes out, it shakes the trust they had built.
Excuse me! Excuse me! What?
At the beginning of this episode of Hardcore Pawn, a man walks into the pawn shop with an Audemars Piguet watch. One of the shop's owners, Les, knows right away that this kind of watch doesn't come in very often. The man is sure that he can sell the watch for $8,000. Les starts talking to the man, and they probably talk about how real the watch is and how much it's worth. After some talking, they come to a deal and agree on a price of $5,000.
$4,800.
No, I appreciate it.
Let me see it one more time. $5,000.
All right.
Meet me at the window.
Okay.
Les is very happy with what he thinks is a great deal, so he runs to tell Ashley and Seth, his children and co-workers, about it. Les shows out the Audemars Piguet watch with pride, pointing out that it's one of the best deals he's ever gotten. He tells Ashley and Seth that the watch usually goes for a huge $20,000 in stores. There's a lot of excitement in the room until Seth decides to check the watch's serial number carefully. Seth uses the internet and finds a site that helps him find out if an expensive watch is real or not. He quickly types a serial number into the computer and hopes for good news. But, to his surprise, the website tells him right away that the watch is a known fake and tells him not to buy it. Les had gotten the man's information during the exchange, which was a good thing. He quickly calls the seller and asks him to come back to the shop, telling him about what he found. Les goes up to the man and shows him the proof that the watch is not real. He gives the man an ultimatum: give the money back or face court trouble. He quickly agrees to give Les his money back, maybe because he knows that if he doesn't, he could get in trouble with the law.